Happy Monday, everybody. I hope you've been enjoying hearing some other voices from our church staff. But here we are today, and we're talking a little bit about Lenten moments. Lenten moments have been a long-standing Holy Week tradition, begun several years ago by our previous pastor. Initially, they were held in the chapel of our historic downtown church, and they comprised a short service featuring a speaker from the congregation, followed by a delicious breakfast that was prepared by a wonderful team of volunteers. It began at 7 a.m. every weekday during Holy Week. Enhancing our Lenten worship experience was planned so that people could come and attend and still get to work if they needed to. It was a wonderful time of reflection and worship, followed by some great fellowship. The tradition continued when we moved to 5050 RAC Drive, but the Lenten moment services were still held in the upstairs chapel at Carnegie in downtown Marion, and still included breakfast afterwards. That continued for a couple of years and was doing really well, nearly filling the chapel every weekday on those 5 mornings. But then the pandemic hit, and so we had to shift everything to online, and that proved to be a blessing in disguise, because with an online presence, the number of viewers has increased phenomenally, and now talks are being shared with people, friends and family all over the country, and we get so much more viewership, and people are being exposed more to these talks. So the talks, which have always been a blessing for us within the church, are now testimonies that are shared many, many times over and viewed by many more than we ever could have fit into our chapel spaces. Over the years, we've heard from literally scores of members of our church family who've shared their struggles and their triumphs as they walk with Jesus in their daily lives. Tears have been shed, laughter has been shared, and we've gotten to know and respect people in brand new ways as they shared their experiences. I've been part of the planning for these services for more than 15 years, and every year is such an amazing process as we invite the speakers for that year and plan for the recording and airing of each day's speaker. It's fun to watch how filled with doubts and uncertainty most of the speakers are at the beginning of the process, and then how polished and wonderful their talks become for the day their particular piece airs. You can see how God has worked so well within each and every one of them as they bring their story to fruition. I believe most, if not all, would say it was an amazing experience and a blessing to share their story. There was only one time that a speaker had to bow out on the day that he was supposed to present. He called me that morning and could not come because of a medical emergency. So an hour or so before the Lenten moments were supposed to start, my only option was to tell my story for that particular day. I'm sure my heart was pounding and my knees were knocking very loudly, but the Holy Spirit led me the whole way. And now I can sympathize even more deeply with the fear that most people face when I ask them to become speakers. Please tune in to this week's Lenten Moment Talks during Holy Week, April 14th through the 18th, one speaker per morning. They'll be aired at 7 a.m. each morning on our church website, Facebook, and on our YouTube page. I'll guarantee your observance of Holy Week will be blessed in amazing ways. Have a great week. Bye.